Welcome to this short video about how to mine the gold from your Morrisby profile now that you've got your results. I'm watching a new TV series. It's based on a book of the same name. It's called The Big Door Prize. And in it, a new arcade-style game has come to the town and into the general store. It's called the Morpho. And everyone is lining up to have their turn, entering their personal social security number as well as their fingerprints. I know, crazy, right? And then they're waiting with bated breath for the Morpho to reveal their life's potential. I have found this similar experience around now when Year 9 and 10 students in Victoria that have undertaken their Morrisby profile find out their many strengths and aptitudes. But then I hear them say, Morrisby told me I should be a florist, or I'm going to be a barista and I just want to do a faceplant. Morrisby tells you so much more than that. So this video is just going to give you a quick tour of just some of the best bits. Your career is more like an ever-twisting and dynamic Rubik's Cube than the metamorphosis of one thing to another one thing. And a good way to look at the 5 aptitudes, which could be translated as your inclination towards, is to consider them like you do using your left or right hand. You can use your non-preferred hand, but to do so requires you to practice and skill. We need different capabilities and preferences in our workplaces to get many aspects of a project done. And just like on a rugby team, we have different players with different skill sets playing different roles to ensure a successful team. So the important thing to focus on is the shape of the graph rather than the length of the bars. It's not measuring the level of your English ability. There's no grammar, there's no creative writing in this assessment. It's telling us that you prefer or not to think verbally first with words in order to communicate. Likewise, in the numerical assessment, all you need to know here is addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So it's actually measuring the way you're thinking, which is quantitatively rather than your actual mathematical level. So there are 5 elements that we describe as your cognitive aptitudes. Cognitive means how we're thinking. So verbal, this is your preferred ability to think using and understand words. Numerical, this is your preferred ability to think and use and interpret numbers. And abstract, that's your preferred ability to deal with and understand charts, complexity, diagrams, and pictures. Often, if you're good with design, that bar will be high. Then the green bars are hands-on and planning, so how you see and can imagine 3D shapes from a 2D image. That's spatial, which means you'd be good at an overall sort of big picture view if you saw something. And then finally, mechanical is your preferred ability to solve mechanical problems. You like to know what's going on under the hood. You like to reverse engineer and figure out how things work. The last thing I want to say about these profiles is if you've got all 3 orange bars in particular the same, that does not mean you, it does mean you're balanced, but it doesn't mean that you can't make a decision based on that. What it means is you're actually good at lots of things, which means you'd be good in a place that needed, had lots of moving parts, maybe in a busy cafe that had lots of different things going on, front of house, back of house, food supplies arriving, all of that goes on there. You might be good at managing a hospital or a workplace that has lots of different departments because you'd be able to handle the variety. Okay, now we have a look at the interests. So these interests, this is a survey that could be retaken. And if you took the Morrisby in Year 9, but now you're looking at this in Year 12, this part would be worth a refresh, in my opinion. Promise it won't hurt your brain like the previous cognitive tests. That's what that one's job was. And yeah, nobody wants to do that again. But this one is just subjective based on your life sort of experiences now and what you're now interested in. So this is the world of work wheel, and I really like this bit. If you're online and you can still remember your password and email address and get onto your Morrisby report, then you can click into interests and go and have a look at that little word there, world of work chart, and it will open it up for you. Then when you click on any of the areas, but of course I'd be picking the one that you liked most, it opens it up again and it shows you pictorially those areas of work that you might be interested in. It's mirroring back to you the information that you gave it. But yeah, you could definitely retake that one again. All right, the next layer that we would be considering is your personality style. So this is how you show up and display your strengths. And if you want to dig deeper into this because this is a Myers-Briggs personality test here. If you have a look, mine here is saying ENFP. If you go to 16personalities.com and find your personality style, there's heaps of information there about just very insightful, and it can help you understand yourself and others a lot more, which makes us better colleagues and better people. All right, now finally, everyone, we're getting to the careers page. Now you can look at it, I promise. So when you get here, I want you to make sure it's on VCE just so that you've got maximum suggestions. Then you come down and you bin the ones that you're like, no, that's a hard no. So I think if I scroll down here and find, yeah, look, speech pathologist, I'll say, look, put that in the bin, thanks. What it does then is it actually brings up more suggestions. So, and if you want to later on, they're still in the bin, so you won't lose them completely. Then you can come back up and click on an actual career that will take you through. You'll get more information about the career. And then if you scroll down, you can actually have a look at the salary information. But you can also see here, we've got the pathways. So we've got the pure academic pathways. They're the purple rectangles. If you don't get the ATAR that you require, or you change your mind, or you didn't do an ATAR, you can actually go in vocationally, which means TAFE. That's the orange rectangle. Then you can see here, you can actually pathway straight up into university if you want to go up there and qualify as a teacher with a degree. And it doesn't take you any longer than it would have if you'd gone direct to uni. So these are important things to work out. There's lots of pathways to what we want to do now. So we'll get out of there. If you scroll down lower, you'll see, the salary that you can get for a teacher, but also you could go to the job platform and see what an actual teaching role was looking like. Now, you might like to see the skills that they're looking for in their staff. Do you actually want to do those tasks? Because it could be good to find out now. So that's about all. There's a few more bits in there that you can probably figure out on your own. But I just hope that that's now given you some more ideas about what is gold in your Morrisby profile and helps you to go back and look at it with new eyes. Thanks for listening.